probably started off with the kit lens. And after using it for a while and getting through its paces and figuring out what you like and don't like about it, you started asking yourself about upgrading and what lens you should upgrade to. Now, if there's any lens that I would recommend as a first lens that you want to upgrade to, it's this guy. This is the Sigma Art 24-70 f2.8 lens for the Sony E-mount. And we're going to go over the 5 reasons why I recommend the Sigma Art 24-70 f2.8 lens and why I think it has a place in most filmmakers and content creators' bags. Now, the Sigma Art lens has an exceptional build quality. It is made out of metal housing with rubber rings for your zoom and your focus, as well as having a custom button on the side with a manual autofocus or manual focus switch as well. Now, when you pick up this lens, you are going to notice an immediate difference. It's heavier, it's sturdier, and it's a pretty thick lens. And you are going to notice that it has an 82mm filter thread, which is pretty much on the larger side of the range of different filters that you can get. So you can pick up an 82mm filter thread, get step down rings, and you have one filter that could work on all the lenses in your kit, from your kit lens right up to the 24-70. Now, the 24-70 does have an f2.8 aperture. Now, that doesn't necessarily make it a low light king. However, when you're using something like the Sony line of cameras, they're known for having great low light performance. So f2.8 not only is going to be that medium to get that blurred out background or that bokeh, but at the same time, because you have great ISO performance on any of the Sony line of cameras, you're able to pump up the ISO a little bit while maintaining a great image at the same time. Now, at the time of this video, there isn't a 24-70 that has an even lower aperture than f2.8. So in terms of the greatest low light you can get from that f-stop perspective, the 2.8 on the Sigma is going to do just fine. Now, the Sigma Art 24-70 is still incredibly affordable as far as 24-70 lenses go. It's still almost half as much as the original 24-70 Sony G Master lens, and it's definitely a lot less than the version 2 that's been released this year. Now, you could turn to something like the Tamron 28-75, which is a little bit cheaper than the Sigma Art. However, you're going to have a different range. You're going to have a 28-75, which on the wider end might not necessarily be what you're looking for, as I find 24mm is a nice sweet spot for your wide angle compositions and wide angle shots. And next is the 24-70 focal range itself. And the 24-70 is where I find where a lot of people actually end up finding their focal lengths in terms of their video shooting. Now, at 24mm, you're gonna get your wide or your establishing shots. At 35, it's great for mediums and portraits. 50mm is always a great focal length to use, and 70 is where you start to mix in the more telephoto side of things. Now, the 24-70 does have more range in something like a 16-35, because the distance between 16 and 35 is only about 19mm. Now, the 24-70, you're looking at double that. The price is good, it sounds great, it has a great focal length, but what does this lens actually look like? The 24-70 not only is a favorable focal range, but it also produces a detailed and sharp image while having great color. This lens is perfect for getting everyday social content, documentaries, and even well suited for things like commercial projects. I even compared it to the 24-70 G Master version 2 lens that was released earlier this year. Now, if you aren't sure which clip is which, the clip on the left is actually going to be the Sigma Art lens, and the clip on the right is going to be the 24-70 G Master lens. Even when editing this footage back, I had a hard time telling these two apart, even though the Sony G Master lens is more than double the price of the Sigma Art 24-70. And there you have it. Those are the 5 reasons why I recommend the 24-70 f2.8 Sigma Art lens for content creators and filmmakers as an all-around lens and something that you want to upgrade to if you're moving on from your kit lens. But leave a comment down below. What are your lenses in your kit? What's your favorite go-to lens for your video shooting? Let's get the conversation started, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.